Hello guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be reviewing the latest makeup palette from Colourpop. This is Smokin' Hot. I always get excited when Colourpop does like an OG makeup palette, and I was so excited to see they're doing like a rich, warm palette. Even though I'm in my cool tone era, I still can appreciate warm eyeshadows. I feel like that is just the original me. So with that being said, I'm going to share my thoughts on the palette today. I also got comparisons, swatches, 3 looks as well. So with that being said, let's just go ahead and hop right into the video. Alright, here she is, Smokin' Hot. This is the classic original mega 30 pan eyeshadow palette. When Colourpop does the smaller pans, I get so excited. I love anything OG Colourpop, but here is the beautiful palette. It's 35 USD, and again you get 30 eyeshadows. As for formula, you do have a pretty good range from mattes with little shimmers in them. As for metallics, we got more satin metallics, more softer high shine reflective metallics, and then we also have this sort of like a newish formula that I've been seeing from Colourpop where it's like a hybrid of a crisp glitter and eyeshadow. So it applies like an eyeshadow, but you see those more glitter-like particles. It's nothing chunky. It's actually really pretty, a lot of dimension. You see that in Burden Up and Gold Dip. You do get a good variation of different formulas and dimension. And as for these shadows, I think it's very, very beautiful. You get transitions and your midtones, and then the bottom row you get your deeper dark tone. And the thing with their makeup palettes, what's so great about them is that, you know, Colourpop has so many palettes, and I think if you are a beginner or if you're new to Colourpop, you don't want to pick up too many of their smaller palettes like their 9 pans, 12 pans. You just want to get one big palette that has it all. Then this would be very ideal for you. And I think in their mega palette collection, this does add something to it, because I feel like there isn't one that's so rich and warm like this. This is like latte vibes, like latte makeup. You guys have seen that all over TikTok. This is like a latte makeup. It's caramel spice pumpkin latte, whatever it's called. I haven't tried one before, and I loved all the shadows that I got to play with it. Obviously I didn't get to use everything on my eyes, but my only critique with this palette, and I feel like with Colourpop, they have so many opportunities to do great things, but every time they deliver, sometimes they just under-deliver a little bit. And I think with this palette, it's called Smokin' Hot. It's a very rich and warm palette. I wish they would have just added in like one true matte red, like a true red, a true bright red. Like you have aspects of that, but nothing is like a true red like my shirt. And I've heard from like creators that I watch that develop formulas, they've always said that red eyeshadow is very hard to make. Maybe it's the ingredients, I don't really know, but I feel like Colourpop could do it. If there was gonna be one brand that could do it, it would be Colourpop, I feel. So it was just a little disappointing in that. Like when they were teasing it, I was like, please, when they open up this palette, let there be a red, because there's been so many times in rainbow palettes they missed out a red, and their monochromatic palettes they missed out like a true red. They always do like these deeper tone reds, but I'm like, I just want a red. All I'm asking for is a red. So that's like my only critique. And I feel like, you know, with the collabs as well, like the Naruto one, which is going to be my next Colourpop review, a collab with Naruto, there's just so many things you could do, but like it's cute and I appreciate it, but it's like there's just more. You know, they had the opportunity, but they could have done more. With that being said, I'm going to put some comparisons up over the screen now. It does cross over with a lot of their other smaller palettes, but that's just to be expected with Colourpop at this point. I feel like Colourpop can't release a new palette that doesn't cross over with some of their other palettes. They have so many. Like I have 2 drawers filled of Colourpop palettes. It's just impossible to do that. It's fine. We're always going to have comparisons and dupes when it comes to Colourpop. So hopefully that helps you out if you are new to Colourpop or if you're a beginner. So hopefully that was helpful. And with that being said, let's go into my 3 looks. I hope you will enjoy. So to get started with the first look, this one is inspired by Lisa. I was inspired by one of her looks that she wore to a recent concert, and I just thought it was perfect for this red palette. So first up, I'm going to take a mixture of Heat Wave and the shade over here called hot in here. This is just going to be our all over base color first, and then I'll slowly blend that up into my crease, just getting a soft diffusion. I'm using a mixture of these two shadows just because I wanted it to be a little bit like a peachy reddish type of shade, so just going in with a mix of both. I feel like it's been a while since I've used these small pans from Colourpop, and I'm reminded of why I love this formula so much. Using those same two shadows once again, I'm gonna run this on my lower lash line. I'm focusing at the center, and then I'll just swipe left and right to get that blended out. I'm also taking it quite low as well. Then I'm going into the shade Fire Sign. Just using my ring finger, I'm gonna tap that on at the center, and then once most of the product has left my finger, we're just gonna dab it out all over. And I actually take some of that onto my lower lash line as well, again just for a little bit of sheen and glow. Now going into the shade Sahara, and this is going to be our inner corner highlight. I did add on a quick wing, and essentially that is the eye look completed. If you didn't want to add on any gems like we are going to now, this is the final look, which I feel like is a really pretty, warm, soft eye look to do. Very simple. But this is a Lisa inspired look, so we're going to go in with the gems now. So essentially we're just going to be alternating between the silver and red gems. I'm just following the inspiration photo that I have of hers. I feel like you can do whatever you like and it will still look pretty because gems always look pretty. But alright, here we have the first look completed. Once again, this look was inspired by Lisa from Blackpink. I love how this look turned out. I feel like the shadows are pretty simple and easy, but the gems really make the eyes pop, and I love that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this first look as well. First, we're going to be taking the shade Get To It. This is going all over the lids. I'm going to blend that up into my crease. This is the base, the transition shadow. It is a nice warm caramel brown. And honestly, this look is giving 2016, 2017 Judy, even maybe 2020 Judy, honestly. I've been a cool tone girly for maybe like a year-ish now, almost a year maybe. And then we're going on the bottom waterline with the same shadow. I'm mainly focusing it at the outer corner, but I'll sweep it a little bit in here. Now we're moving on to the shadow here called Up in Flames, and I'm gonna focus this at the outer corners of my eyes. This is like a burnt orange red. This was a shade I probably would hit pan on. Like, I loved my warm tones, but now when I wear it, I feel like cool tone girly. I don't know. I need to go Korea and get my personal color tested or something. I'm convinced that cool tone looks way better on me. I'm gonna take that same shadow onto my waterline, just pressing this up around here. Now we're going into the shade Blazon, and I'm gonna place that all over in my inner third. This shadow I feel like is a hybrid between a normal metallic shadow and then a pressed glitter, because there's a lot of little micro glitters in there, but it's not so micro in texture like the Urban Decay Moon Dust eyeshadows, for example. This kind of looks like glitter mixed in, but it doesn't feel chalky, but you get that sparkle. Does that make any sense at all? I'm saying it as a good thing. Like, I really like the micro sparkles that it gives. You guys know how I feel about my micro sparkles, so this is just perfect. Now we're taking Molten. This is going to be our inner corner highlight, and guys, this is a super shock, I believe. I don't know, it's very soft and buttery, and it's so reflective. Like, this for an inner corner highlight, it's the perfect champagne gold. So we are going to take that onto our lower lash line. But here we have the second look completed. This is a classic warm tone eye look. Although I am now fully converted to a cool tone girly, I still can appreciate a warm tone look. I feel like this is just my roots. So I love how this look turned out, and hopefully you guys like it too. going to take the shade Water Babe, and I'm just going to sweep that onto my lid space first, and then I'll slowly blend that up into my crease. This is just going to work as the base color. I know it's pretty dark, so just take a little bit on your brush and then just slowly blend that out. Even though it is super dark, it does blend out really easily, so just take a little bit and then work from there. I also like to take a clean blending brush and just go around the edges to get a soft diffusion. And we are also going to take that onto the lower lash line as well. I'm starting at the center and then going around the edges. I want this look to be very dark and smoky and sultry looking. Then we're going into the shade Like Lava. Placing this at the center of my lid first to get the most pigment, and then we're just sort of going to diffuse this out on top of that base color we just used. I wanted something to be a bit more red, just because I felt like out of the 3 looks, I haven't done something so reddish yet. Also taking some on my lower lash, again to enhance a red undertone. And then we're going to take a Molten. This is going to be our inner corner highlight. The shadow is super soft, making it very reflective. I don't want to go too overboard with my inner corner highlight, but I still want to have a little pop over here. Since the look is pretty satin-like, it doesn't have much glitters, this is just gonna be a little pop. Then going into the shade Hot Chocolate, which is the darker shadow. I'm gonna sort of use this to tightline my lash line. I want the wing to be very smoky. I'm also gonna take some of Hot Chocolate on my lower lash line as well, mainly just at the outer corner. But here we have the final look completed. I had to throw in a little smoky eye. I love how this look turned out. It's really simple and easy to do, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this final look as well. Alright guys, those were my 3 looks. What do you think? Which look was your favorite? Leave it down below in the comments. I probably liked the Lisa look the most just because of the jewels, and because it's Lisa, she's my bias, so that probably would be my favorite look, but let me know yours down below. But essentially that does conclude today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I hope you found this review helpful with the comparisons, swatches, and the inspiration with the 3 looks. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!